Hello, welcome to this quick update. Just for a few updates on the severe weather for today and next week, and also some more things on the rainfall and everything for parts of North America. So, we still have some red flag warnings in parts of the plains today. The river flood warnings persist, and even some fog advisories. So here we do have this light risk still for severe weather spots of the southeast, especially like most of Tennessee into Alabama, Georgia, spots of Mississippi, Arkansas, and Illinois and Missouri too. There's this marginal risk around it. So this for less than 2% tornado, 15% wind, and 5% wind. Also smaller 15% hail threat. So be careful. Those areas. There was a 2% tornado yesterday, but they gave up on it. So here there's scary strong to severe storms expected from parts of the lower Ohio Valley to the deep south this afternoon and evening. Large hail damage winds should be the main threats. So be careful in those areas. Although there's no tornado threat, you never know. Be aware. And there's still this marginal risk at parts of Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, even Georgia tomorrow. So be aware. Some 5% wind still of those storms, and two separate hail areas in like spots of North Carolina, Virginia, and South Carolina, another part in Florida and Georgia, and less than 2% tornado. Isolated severe hail damage winds are possible across parts southeast from late morning through the afternoon Friday. So be careful in those areas. And Saturday is just a storm or two in spots of the plains or further into the Rockies, but nothing crazy. So these storms today, there's this strengthening system near spots of the northeast that will bring some snow and ice as well. So this keeps going, and this storm start firing this afternoon, even as far north as Illinois. Those areas shows all those big storms this afternoon and evening, especially spots of Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, especially Alabama and Tennessee, even North Carolina. So this is the herd, this goes, and still tomorrow, that marginal risk there. And especially later tomorrow afternoon in northern Florida shows more, and even spots of the Carolinas, Virginia. But be careful today, this afternoon and evening. Maybe some nasty storms in some spots there. And there's Cape here. The her shows more Cape in those areas of the Mississippi Valley, Kentucky, other spots in Mississippi and Alabama, but not that much Cape. But it shows some good amount there, and later into tomorrow afternoon. So be careful in those areas. And there's here like for those temperatures still pretty warm in the southwest, close to 100, and some 70s in some spots of the west as well, some 90s in the south. And just like I showed you yesterday, check the video from yesterday to see the 7 day outlook that I showed. But just for like today, tomorrow, and Saturday, still shows Friday morning those 20s, 30s, further in the northern Midwest, northern plains, and some colder temperatures the Rockies as well. Shows like some 50s in the south, 60s in Florida, and some 30s in the northeast still. And tomorrow afternoon shows like more hundreds in Arizona, California, close to 101 in California, might be even close to 102 some spots. So be careful there. There's like some 70s as far north as Montana, some 80s in the south, and yeah, and slightly colder in the northeast. So Saturday morning, some 20s, 30s the northeast, some 20s Midwest as well, and 30s, 40s, and still like some 30s, 20s the mountains down the west. So be aware. Freeze rain in the next 24 hours still doesn't show anything because Uh, the ice that will happen there will be after the 24-hour period. It will be around Saturday, Sunday. But as we get closer, this map will update here. But this shows slightly breezier conditions. The plains, because that fire danger, and some like uh, higher gusts in Montana, spots of the Cascades, and the Pacific as well. There's the 48-hour snow, basically in spots of New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, into New Hampshire, and spots of Maine as well, and even Connecticut. So be careful that snow, and some in Washington. The higher peaks might be even close to 10 inches in the highest peaks of Washington, but in New York, close to 6 to 8 inches, some spots there. So be careful. But the general dark blues are around 3 to 4 inches. So be aware, but nothing that crazy. And here's for like this afternoon the significant tornado parameter. Although there's less than 2% tornado, it's worth showing a small spot or two for some small parameters, but nothing to be worried about. This is very uh, slim probabilities. So be aware, as you can see there, over the east coast and everything, because the system, more rain is expected. So this is the GFS, if I'm right, shows like 1 to 2 inches more areas there, especially Cape Cod, close to 2 inches, but more around half an inch to 1 inch of rain throughout the east coast there. So be aware. And here for like this system shows the snow there. Friday some more snow and some ice. Alright, shows some ice tomorrow afternoon. Some spots there, but not that much. And then this goes that rain there as well. Sunday, Monday, and shows more eventually Monday into Canada, some more ice and snow too around Monday night, the 14th, especially some freezing rain in New Finland. So this goes potentially more systems there later in Canada, because right now there's this big front in British Columbia and northern Washington, and then this goes shows more widespread snow from British Columbia, southern Alaska, spots of Yukon, Friday there, and then Saturday more snow in like southern British Columbia and Alberta. This goes gets together with that snow in Montana and a few storms too, and some snow in Idaho. And this keeps going with more snow into Saskatchewan Sunday and spots North Dakota and Minnesota. Some more snow Monday, and the heaviest part into Ontario. Then it goes there into Quebec later Wednesday. Maybe next Wednesday 16th in the northeast and spots of Atlantic Canada, more snow as well. So we'll keep watching, but be aware those areas. And looking here further out for the severe weather shows day 5 here, a 15% spots of Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and spots of Indiana as well into Pennsylvania. So be aware there for day 5. This is Monday at the 14th, if I'm right. So be aware, and the rest is okay for now, because late April might spice up a little bit, but for now it's fine. And but be careful today and Monday especially, but also the marginal tomorrow there. And there's this elevated fire threat throughout the plains today because of those gusty winds. And here, there's day 2 as well, still elevated in some spots of Florida and the northern plains. So be aware in those areas. And here, let's see for any more important stuff. So excessive rainfall is nothing crazy, less than 5%, just a marginal for Friday across the East Coast. Excessive rainfall. Saturday is fine, and the rest is fine as well. Just tomorrow, be aware. And the rain shows like Thursday through Friday today, more rain in the eastern US and spots of the northwest as western Canada Friday, especially more on the East Coast, close to 1 inch, or even slightly more in Virginia. Day 3, this keeps going further there, and we get this new system on the west. Then this goes day 4, day 5 there, more throughout Canada, the snow and everything. This is the severe weather day 2. Day 6, some rain the plains, and day 7, some weird stuff. So be aware. Day 1 through 7 shows even more near the east there. So there's the winter storm severity index. Spots of the Rockies is still with some spots of major to extreme there in Montana, but nothing that crazy. Some isolated mountains there in Washington as well. So be aware. And there the northeast that does show some minor to moderate winter storms in some spots. And snow probability shows there today in the northwest. Day 2, day 3, it's weird that this map is not showing that much because it's like 4 inches or more, and most of the northeast would be like less than 4 inches. But yeah, be aware those areas. Now for the southwest here, around Arizona, California, that shows some moderate heat risk in some areas, especially tomorrow, Friday, in spots of Southern California and Arizona. And Saturday still shows some, and Sunday shifts towards Texas, some moderate. So be aware. And another place will have heavy rain is sections of the Caribbean, especially Dominican Republic and Cuba, because there's cold front, and Jamaica as well, spots of Costa Rica. So gotta watch there in spots as well. There's the European here, does show next 5 days close to 100 millimeters. Northern Haiti, from the remnants of this front, in Jamaica to 66 millimeters, some 81 spots of Dominican Republic, especially in Costa Rica, might be very heavy there. The Europeans all the way to 300 millimeters in Costa Rica, especially central and eastern areas. So stay safe, be careful. There shows more spots of Panama too, more than 100 millimeters. The rest of Central America is kind of fine, except for a storm or two on the east coast in the Caribbean, or a shower or two in Mexico, Guatemala. But the rest is kind of fine. But be careful. Might be the risk of some flooding in a few spots of Haiti or Dominican Republic because of this, or even near Central America, especially Costa Rica. So be careful. And the GFS does have more this area around the southwestern Caribbean as well. Be careful. And Jamaica, especially, shows more close to 138 in the Dominican Republic. So be careful. The icon has more on the east coast of Jamaica, even close to 90 millimeters, and has more in the Dominican Republic, close to 100. The Turks and Caicos, some storms, so stay safe in those areas. And it has some showers in Guatemala, exactly the same spot as the European has. So yeah, be aware, not shower too in the Bahamas. So be careful. This rain shows here the model. Those storms occasionally might be heavier in those areas. Saturday and Sunday, Monday continues in Costa Rica, and does show some occasional showers. The Eastern Caribbean there, especially Northeastern Caribbean, a shower or two. But 5 days does show some islands there, some showers 13 millimeters, 9 millimeters, 10 millimeters, and some scattered showers even Trinidad and Tobago, a shower two more in Puerto Rico. So be aware of those showers, and especially in Bermuda, might be some storms and some wind from this one, because there's almost like a low pressure system there, and some storms Bermuda today and Friday tomorrow, potential another front like Sunday, some more storms too. So be careful. Bermuda, there's still as those breezy wind conditions in the plains that I showed you, and also some breezy conditions near Nicaragua, spots in northern Venezuela, southern Mexico, and Bermuda as that system passes by. with the cold front. Then this goes away, still kind of breezier in the southeast, and shows like as that front goes off the coast there, Sunday might be some higher gusts and gale warnings in the ocean. But shows like in Bermuda, some higher gusts Sunday potential as this comes, and still like Monday, especially Monday in Bermuda, and still maybe some wind Tuesday. So stay safe there. Shows Newfoundland, Labrador. Now around Thursday, some higher gusts in eastern Quebec. This goes, and then shows this slightly more wind throughout Monday, some spots central Canada and the US especially. Later Monday, the 14th, some spots to the Midwest, even to 48 mile per gust, 46. Then this goes Monday, Tuesday, higher spots of northern Ontario, and then this goes further south in the Appalachians, some 57 mile per gust, West Virginia, somewhere in Pennsylvania, spots in New York, and Michigan as well. So be aware of those gusts more for spots of southern Ontario and Quebec as well. Wednesday the 16th, and then this goes, but still shows like Friday, the 18th, and Saturday, maybe some high gusts again in the Midwest. But that's far out. But be aware, northern Washington today and Friday slightly some higher gusts there because of the system in the Pacific. But be aware, in some more spots, British Columbia, some higher gusts from this. Maybe the mountains in Alberta slightly higher, and British Columbia Friday, tomorrow, and northern Montana too, because of those winds. Might be kind of breezier in the California coast, but not that crazy. But Sunday, the interior mountains of the west, maybe more wind as well. And then we kind of skipped this part, but the European does show some higher gusts, even close to 60 mile per gust, North Dakota, spots of South Dakota. The icons kind of in the same vibe, even to 64 mile per gust. The GFS is in chill vibes, that doesn't show much, but it shows like further south, some more wind. So this would be Monday. Let's just keep watching. So Saturday, Sunday shows Monday there later in the day. That's slight risk of severe weather. Monday evening, you see those storms in Ohio. So this is the 15% there. And this goes. So be aware, those areas. There's like Cape here, not too crazy, but might be some. But, but honestly, I see like barely any Cape there, just like in Kentucky somewhere. But we'll keep watching that and stay safe. Just for snow here, accumulation shows more across like next 5 days in Ontario, even to 30 centimeters, more in British Columbia, all the way to 70, more like southern Alaska, even more than 50 inches in some spots there. It might be much more like some may in 90 inches in those mountains, and shows more central Alaska as well. Yukon shows more true northwestern territories, maybe some scarred spots with snow, and northern Alberta, and British Columbia. And this until Tuesday shows that the northeast there, and some into Newfoundland, Labrador, and Quebec. If I put some longer range until April 21st, alright, it shows more snow throughout eastern Canada and British Columbia. But this is too far out, but it's good to keep watching. So beware, there's the GFS, which has more in the northeast, even to 18 inches next 5 days, 14 inches next 2 days. The European is just like 3 inches next 5 days, to 5 inches, 6 inches, some spots. The icons barely to 2 inches, so yeah, but we'll keep watching. Beware, the her is already to 8 inches next day or so in northern Pennsylvania, like 4 inches, so yeah, be aware, and some spots of the west as well. So stay safe. Check the video from yesterday for North America about some longer range temperatures there in Canada. But just as a recap, it's still very cold in most areas, especially the north, but there's some milder temperatures in the southwest there, but still mainly negative. This goes shows that in Nunavut might get colder, like in early next week. Monday morning, Saskatchewan minus 23. Most of central Canada some negative temperatures, but like Monday afternoon does increase on the west and the east too. But Tuesday this goes, and this mass of cold air will just keep moving east, like Wednesday the 16th throughout towards eastern Canada, and more cold maybe in Ontario and Quebec later next week. And portions of southern Alberta might get even to 24 degrees on the 18th. So yeah, be aware, be careful in those areas, and be aware. And those storms, be careful, and everything. And stay safe.